Surprise outfit change. I totally got interrupted in my whole let's get these seeds started adventures yesterday, so we are back to it. I'm a little overwhelmed, not gonna lie. This is the very first time I've started seeds like this. I tried starting some seeds in the fall and I was semi-successful, but I feel like this is a much bigger endeavor that I am tackling, so taking some deep breaths because it is just a bit overwhelming. So anyways, all right, let's do it. Turn on some music. You won't get to hear the music because I don't want to have any kind of copyright claims on my videos. So you're just gonna hear my music that I have rights to playing in the background. So let's get started with some tomatoes. Starting with tomatoes, I actually am going to use these pots. I would say they're probably a 2-inch pot, because the seed starting trays that I have are kind of small. The biggest one I think I have is this one from Berthy, and it's still maybe I don't know what my measurements are. Let's see. Just a second. Okay, so these from Berthy, these are 2 inches. Okay, obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. These are a little right at 3 inches. Okay, so because tomato plants can get big and I don't want to have to pot them up as the seedlings grow, I'm going to go ahead and start with a 3-inch pot, and hopefully I don't have to move up into a 4. That is a possibility, but we're going to start with 3 instead of 2, specifically because tomatoes need more room. So we're gonna do it that way. And yeah, so the goal right now is to just fill, and we're just filling in the pots, and then we will plant seeds later. It's just about getting the pots packed with seed starting mix. Now the other thing that I have yet to determine is how many of each tomato plant do I actually want to grow. I can remember the last time I grew a bunch of tomatoes, I had 6 tomato plants and I had tomatoes growing out my ears. Now this is quite some time ago, and I didn't start them from seed, and I just bought what it was at Home Depot or Lowe's, wherever I ended up buying that year from. But this year I have quite a bit of varieties that I want to try, and so I'm not 100% certain how many of each I want. I think 2 of each, because this year is the year that I am testing what it is that I like. I'm also testing what does well for me, and so we're taking notes. We're documenting the process. We're going to see what we succeed with and what we fail with. But for me and tomatoes, I'm not 100% certain how many of each. So if I want 2 of each, and I want to make sure that my seeds sprout, I guess I'm going to plant 4 of each and see what happens. Is that how you do it? You plant 2 of each. So if you want 2, you plant 4. I don't know. And I think I have like 7 or 8 varieties. I have a lot. And I just ordered, because I found somebody on Instagram showing how they dried out their cayenne peppers for red pepper flakes. My husband and I, we eat a lot of red pepper flakes through the year, and I was like, duh, I want to do that. And I bought a jalapeno pepper and a banana pepper and a Thai red chili pepper and a bell pepper, but I don't have a cayenne pepper. And you can do red pepper flakes from the Thai red chilies. You can even do it when your jalapenos go to red, but a lot of people use the cayenne pepper to make their red pepper chili flakes. And so that is what I'm going to do. So I made that order today. I ordered from Johnny's Seeds, and that should be here this week because I am starting peppers as well. And so yeah, okay, so now we're gonna be on time-lapse mode because I'm sure you don't want to hear me narrate the rest of this potting up experience, so let me get to work. So I'm going to use popsicle sticks that I'm just cutting in half in order to label my plants. And I'm sure that there are other ways that you can do this. This is just what I have on hand, and I will be able to keep track of what is in each grow pot and the date that I planted. Uh-oh. Popsicle sticks going everywhere. And I'm just cutting them in half to make what I have go further. So that is that. I'm going to show you the rest of my seed setup. Here's, I promised that a little earlier in conversation, and I didn't do that yet, so I'm gonna get there. With all these things, and let's get at least enough popsicle sticks for the tomatoes. I need to reconfirm what I have to see how much I am going to start with. And then I believe I have decided, I saw somebody do this once on their channel. Let me show you. So I've got 18 ready to go. I need to reconfirm how many varieties I have, but I watched a lady plant here and here, 2 seeds, same variety, and in hopes that if one of them didn't, she had a viable seed. But if 2 of them did, then she was able to separate. And so that is what I'm going to do. So it looks like I have 8 varieties. So if I'm trying for 2 plants, but really I'm trying for 4 plants and hoping for 2, then, oh yeah, we are good. We are good. So let's go over what I got going here. I have a video on this already, but let's just do a quick reminder. So this is a baker's rack. It's 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide. I picked up from Home Depot. I will link it. I will link everything that I talk about that I have a link for in the description for ease of reference. I picked up my lights from Amazon, my seed warming mats from Amazon, my thermostat from Amazon. It's not, like, ignore that. What you see, that's not what's really going on. It's currently 68 degrees on the mat. And then I got my trays from Bootstrap Farmer. I got a couple different options, and then I already had
previously ordered these burpee super seed trays. You can grab those Amazon, Walmart. And then we've talked about my Simply Tidy. These are photo storage cases. It's what's got my seeds. And then I mentioned that I am just using what I had, but I have the Fort V's compost hanging out right there. And yeah, this is the thermostat box, BN Link heat mat thermostat. So I have that. And yeah, so I'm putting my tomatoes on this rack with the heat warming mat. My peppers will go up here as well. And I'm starting my lights 2 inches above from the actual growing medium, and then keep it 2 inches above all of the seedlings as they start to germinate and grow. And then I just took a popsicle stick and quickly marked, because I don't have my seed dibbler here, it's actually out at the land, so I just quickly marked off an inch. So I'm ignoring the bottom and starting here as my inch, and then these are marked in my 1/8. So if I were to look at the instructions for these spoon tomatoes, it says it's going to sprout in 7 to 14 days, ideal temp 75 to 95, seed depth 1/8, and then plant space 24 inches apart. That is when you actually have a massive plant. That's not here when your seed's starting. So I do have a timer, so I do have a light timer here, and I'm going to have it on for 16 hours. So these lights will be on 16 hours. I do have additional seed warming mats, but I don't know if I'm going to use them. My building is pretty good. Like it's showing right now that this is about 68 degrees. And I don't really have, like, once I put this is the thermostat right here. Once I put my tray on it, it will have a better way of knowing what the actual warm, and I may just take this doodad off and stick it down in the soil. I don't know. It says not to get it wet. No, that's not my intention. So I may just leave it under the tray. Anyways, so that's what I got going on. Let's get to planting. We're starting with those spoon tomatoes first. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 in each one, because I'm hoping to have 2 plants of each variety. If I go back and I look at my notes, so if it says, let me see, where did I write down? Here, my 2025 garden plan. This is for 2-ish people, right? Well, you don't know that. That's what my notes say. So I need 10 tomato plants, and actually this is me accounting for giving away produce as well. So I need a total of 10 tomato plants. Well, I will have more than 10 tomato plants, right? I've already got, how many varieties did we say? 8, and 2 of each. So I will have 16 plants. And then one of my friends gave me the recommendation on this Thorburn Lemon Blush and the Ozark Pink. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do, since I want to just do this whole flat with tomatoes, and I have 2 left, I'm going to do 1 extra of each of those. So let's plant these tomatoes. Can we talk about how little these spoon tomato seeds are? Oh my goodness. The tomatoes are in. Now it's time to move them to the shelf, and then I'm going to add some water to the tray. So that's next step. All right, tomatoes are on the heat mat. They're under the lights. I just lowered the lights so that they are 2 inches roughly. 2 inches roughly from them. I've got some dark spots, but if I do that, then these guys are kind of in the dark. So like finding a happy medium is gonna be interesting. I think that's gonna be okay. We'll see.